Third talk is by Dr. Ashish Tiwari, who is Secretary at the Department of Environment, Forest and Climate Change at the Government of Uttar Pradesh. Dr. Tiwari is a highly motivated senior executive. He is a member of Indian Forest Service with more than 25 years of proven experience and successes spanning across policy planning at various positions, especially senior positions, namely as Secretary, Environment, Forest and Climate Change, UP Government, Member Secretary, UP Pollution Control Board, Member Secretary, UP State Climate Change Authority, Member Secretary, UP Environment Impact Assessment Authority, and executive level positions as Protected Area Manager and Head of Forest at district levels in diverse biogeographic zones in the state of UP. He has demonstrated history of working in government and also with the community, local stakeholders, and with various institutions such as universities, institutions, World Bank, UNEP, GIZ, GIC, etc., especially in the field of climate change, adaptation and mitigation, environmental conservation, pollution control, biodiversity, forest and wildlife conservation, and joint forest management, to name a few. Dr. Tiwari is a strong professional with technical, theoretical, and practical educational background from IIT Delhi and Forest Research Institute, which is a deemed university, or it's also known as Indira Gandhi National Forest Academy in Dehradun. So with this brief introduction, I now invite Dr. Tiwari to kindly deliver his lecture.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ashish, and it's an absolute delight to hear Dr. Mathur and other speakers, and to be in National Institute of IIT Kanpur. We have been interacting with IIT Kanpur for many of the efforts of Government of Uttar Pradesh. So it's really a matter of great pleasure to be interacting with participants from IIT Kanpur and across the globe. It's a very pertinent topic of today's Symposium, India's Sustainable Future, Challenges and Opportunities vis-à-vis Global Perspective. I, coming from the state of Uttar Pradesh and working in the state of Uttar Pradesh, would like to more focus on sub-regional level contributions to this challenges and opportunities in sustainable future scenario. I always say that UP is not a state, it's a country in itself. It has got diverse biogeographic zones, landscape, culture, problem, and high intensity of population, demand. In energy scenario, the demand is very high. With this, I think the UP, I don't hesitate to say, leads in every respect our country. So this is our conviction that UP should also lead so far as the climate action is concerned, climate action is concerned in our country. At some regional level, like most of our action is more on adaptation side, but definitely we need to match with the policies of Government of India, which are right now matching with the global needs, etc. under SDG Vision 2030, nationally determined contributions, and Vision 2070 of our country. We have perfectly aligned our strategies to these three targets, 2030 SDG and 27 net zero. UP is a state where, if I talk of carbon sequestration, you will feel that UP doesn't have much to do. It's basically a kind of a more agriculture-oriented state. But when we try to match our efforts to the India's commitment of creation of additional 2.5 to 3 billion tons of carbon dioxide equivalent sequestration, like we thought that we don't have much to do in that respect, but that our agriculture economy in UP paved us a very innovative way of matching with the nationally determined contributions of carbon sequestration, that is by way of agroforestry. And UP is like a leader in respect of generating carbon financing in agroforestry sector. Very shortly, we believe that wood is good. We should use more and more wood in buildings and other demand. If we create a good demand for agroforestry, and there will be doubling of farmers' income by way of carbon financing through voluntary carbon markets. We have covered entire state under carbon financing in the agroforestry sector, and three of our big projects from Western UP have already listed, and we expect to get first tranche of benefits of carbon financing coming to our farmers in the year 2023 December. So that is one thing where we have tried to convert a crisis into an opportunity so far as carbon sequestration is concerned. With respect to mitigation, like Dr. Mathur, it was an absolute delight to hear that the prices of solar modules are coming down, and the technology front also, the energy storage, there is a great progress. But we feel that the potential of renewable energy with the present scenario is underutilized. That is why the UP state has recently come out with a very you can say very futuristic and very pragmatic kind of a UP solar energy policy, which aims at perfectly matching with our nationally determined contribution, which aims at creation of an installed capacity of 22,000 megawatt in the coming years, out of which 14,000 megawatt would be coming from ground-mounted utility scale and solar power parks, and 6,000 megawatt will be coming from grid-connected rooftop solar power plants. UP has a great potential. Our Budelkhand area has a land, but rest of the state has roofs. So we want to utilize this potential, and the new policy is very friendly for development of an ecosystem of solar and renewable around our state. We are also trying very aggressively for, and there are policy benefits under the new policy for solarization of agricultural feeders. We need to harness about 2,000 megawatt from solarization of agricultural feeders. Not many incentives are there in the policy. The biggest incentive is grant of land for 30 years lease at the rate 1 rupees per acre for all kinds of solar power projects. For Budelkhand area where land is in plenty, the government has come out with the support for infrastructure to provide the grid connectivity. 10 kilometers to 20 kilometers infrastructure for grid connectivity will be provided free of cost by the government. So in this way, UP is trying to contribute to the nationally determined contribution of creation of over 5,000 gigawatt of renewable energy share by 2030. UP is the only state which has come out with electric vehicle manufacturing and mobility policy. It is more on a side of manufacturing also, apart from providing incentives for purchase of electric vehicle, etc. The incentive for production of electric vehicle segment, various charging stations, machineries, equipment, etc. A very good policy has recently come out for promotion of manufacturing in the state of Uttar Pradesh. Towards our adaptation side, we are very like a strong believer of localization of climate action. UP has 58,000 gram panchayats, and we, along with our very learned and able partners, we are trying to localize climate action to the gram panchayat level. We are we have drafted a whole strategy and the Gram Panchayat level action plan for climate smart villages and integration of climate change actions at Gram Panchayat development plan is being started recently, and convergence of all schemes which are climate sensitive has been also put under front so far as the Gram Panchayat development is concerned. We have to do a lot for climate adaptive agriculture. You must be very much aware of the rainfall in the month of October this year and the heat wave in the month of April this year, which has resulted in reduced production of wheat and a lot of crop damage of paddy this year due to rainfall in the month of October. So climate change is creating havoc really in agriculture field, and it is much severe than the projections. We feel that because of micro availability of data is limited, whatever projections are being made, the impacts of climate change are even more serious towards loss to production and loss to infrastructures also. This year there has been flood situation in central India all through. So the disaster side, the climate resilient infrastructure side also, and disaster management side also, the state, because the state borders Himalayas to the north, and also the state has extreme weather conditions of drought in Bundelkhand regions. So we have to have a very diverse kind of strategy for climate adaptation. Unless we go down at the village level for planning of climate action, we won't be able to get success, because there are 9 agroclimatic zones, and in each agroclimatic zone, the micro-agroclimatic zones, the climate conditions and climate impacts are different. So we have to downscale our data, our knowledge to district level and to village level. So this is, in this way we are trying to localize climate action more on adaptation side, but definitely towards the mitigation and carbon sequestration side also, the state with its capacity is trying to set a record that come up to the expectations of our country. I am very happy that our local institute of review, the IIT Kanpur, is having this H1 center, and I really am looking forward to work in very close association with H1 Center of IIT Kanpur in other areas of climate challenges like air pollution, etc. We work very closely with IIT Kanpur, and we are highly benefited. Recently, you must have noticed in national newspapers that out of 17 non-attainment cities, 13 non-attainment cities with respect to air pollution have achieved the target for reduction of annual average of PM10. This could be possible due to the strong support of technical institutions also. Unless we have a robust strategic knowledge for climate action, we won't be able to succeed. So we have a strategic knowledge mission also in our state action plan for climate change, and this strategic knowledge mission must have a very good technical support of all local institutes, and the H1 Institute, this is my request that we may collaborate with the H1 Institute to develop capacity of other institutes which are at the regional level. Like there is a university in Chitapur, there are many other universities which can really handhold the localization of climate action at panchayat and district level. So there, the IIT Kanpur Deshwan Institute can play a very major role in developing capacity of local institutes for supporting the local climate action. With these words, I am really very thankful to Dr. Ashish and IIT Kanpur organizers and all delegates that you let us have a pledge that UP, a very big state, we just join, all of us join hands to take this state go jumpstart and leapfrog in the field of climate action in the country. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Tiwari. It was a very insightful lecture by you.